back to Belly Dancer Diaries and to today's video, which is another in our series that I hope you've been enjoying. We did our 5 different ways to do our horizontal figure eights, 5 different ways to do our vertical figure eights, 7 different ways to use a veil, 7 different ways to do your hip drops, and today we have 6 different ways that you can make your undulations more interesting. So if you haven't heard me say it before, there are 4 main moves in belly dancing, 4 main basic moves: our shimmies, our undulations, our hip drops, and our figure eights. So once you have all 4 of those, you're then able to layer onto them, make them more dynamic, make them more interesting, and you'll have a whole suite of moves that you can do in your belly dancing. So please make sure you have your basic version of them down pat first. And today we are learning 6 different ways to make your undulations more interesting. Starting off with good posture, feet hip width apart, pelvis tucked in, chest up. Remember, with your undulations, you're bringing your chest forward, then your stomach forward, then your hips forward, then back to center and smoothing it out. So if you haven't learnt your undulations, please practice them first. It sometimes takes a little while to get this one, but it's a really beautiful move. Everyone cheers when you're doing this one. I'd say it's the second most impressive move in belly dancing, or the one that gets the most cheers whenever I perform, and the number 1 is the shimmy. Okay, so first way to make it more interesting, can anyone guess? Yeah, that's right, it's to change the tempo. So you can start nice and slow, or you can speed it up. So when you speed it up, it's nice if you're doing like a little drum solo and the drums are like, and you can be like, like this, and you can go really quick. We did a choreography recently where we were coming 1, 2, 1, 2, nice and quick with our undulations, which is a totally different move to slowing it down. So I did it nice and slow with one of my students on the weekend, and the way we were thinking about it is thinking about the muscles in the core massaging your organs. So as you come forward, remember you're releasing through the stomach, but as you come back and into the hips forward, remember you're holding through your core. So you're using those stomach muscles to really get that wave through. Another thing to think about is your breath with this one. So when you're doing it nice and slow, you can breathe in for 2 as you come forward, and out as you come back. Forward and back, breathing in and out. You might notice I'm touching the points that I'm thinking about as I'm working it. So if that helps you too, you can always hold whichever part you're trying to focus on, and breathing in and out, in and out. So hope those help you. You can do your undulations fast and slow, really mixes it up. You can see the difference between here and here. Totally different energy as well. Okay, number 2, the second way we can change up our undulations is to do it staccato. So as you saw me break it down at the start, we're coming chest forward, stomach forward, hips forward, and you can go boom, 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 boom. So it's like your undulation, but you are breaking it into those beats. Again, nice with drum solo, as you can go nice and fast as well as keeping those accents. Okay, number 3, really, really common move, and that is our camel, which is basically an undulation with a walk. This one, really nice to have one hand to temple, one hand out. We bring one foot in front. As we come into our undulation forward, we're stepping onto the front foot, bring our chest, stomach, and hips forward. Then we transfer onto the back foot as we bring our weight back to center. So it's forward and back, forward and back, still massaging through the organs with your core. You can go the other way as well, it doesn't matter which foot's in front, as long as you're coming forward and back. I think I've got a whole video on this one as well, so if you want to practice this one a little bit more, you can. You can have your hands here too, which is really nice. But you tend to have them out, looking in the direction you're going, or looking away. So that's called our camel, and it is our undulation walk. Okay, number 4, up to number 4 already, is doing the camel walk, but adding a variation between up and down. What do I mean by this? So when we're doing our usual undulation, both feet are flat. We're using our knees to bring the hips forward, but otherwise both feet are flat. When I'm doing the walk, I'm doing it on flat feet, but now we're going to add a variation where we come up and down. let's play with it. As we step forward, we land on flat foot, we come through and then back. Next time, I'm up on my toes and I'm doing a little undulation. Then I'm coming down, nice and big, and then up. This one is a lot easier, faster. This is what it looks like, quicker. Down and up, 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 down and up. I'll show you from the side because it's hard to see this one. Coming down and up, down and up, down and up, down and up. So you can see you still have the undulation, but you're using the feet to make it bigger and smaller. So as you come down, nice and big, as you bring the feet up onto your toes, a little bit smaller, still keeping your undulation. Okay, number 5 is walking forward and back. So similar principle to our camel, but instead we have one foot in front, we come forward, and then as we transfer, we come onto our back. So as we bring chest, stomach, hips forward, we're on the front foot. As we bring back to neutral, we change to the back foot, and then we change. I'll show you this one from the side. So here, we're coming forward, 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 forward. You can see my body is changing as the weight changes in my feet. Still using my core. Still keeping that undulation nice and strong, nice and soft. And again, you can speed this one up. And you can even do the same principle on the spot, where you're coming forward and back, but just holding on the spot. Okay, and our final one, number 6, can you guess what it is? I'm sure you can. Yes, that's right, it is adding our shimmy onto it. So really, once you've learnt your shimmy, once you've learnt your basics, you can do pretty much any move with your shimmy. So when you're practicing this one, try starting with your shimmy and then adding your undulation, and then also try starting with your undulation and adding the shimmy. So see which works better for you. As with most layered shimmy moves, the move might become a little bit smaller as you add the shimmy into it, because you're using your knees for the shimmy as well as for the move. So your shimmy might become a little bit smaller, but also the actual move itself might become a little bit smaller. So this is a great one, I love it. It's really nice for drum solos, it's really nice for heaps and heaps of music. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Did your top moves make it, or your top undulation moves make it into the list? Let me know in the comments below. If there's other ones that I missed, please let me know. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and as always, happy dancing.